Well, hey everybody, it's Tuesday, March 25th. It's 9 a.m. in the morning for me, and it's time for some Marvel Legendary viewer challenges. These are challenges submitted by the Bageltop Masterminds right there at coffee.bageltopgames.com. If you'd like to become a member, help out the channel, the Discord, all the little side things I work on, would really appreciate that. And those who are the awesome supporters of the Mastermind level do get to submit setups every month. And so these are the three I have from those members. Just checking out chat. Mr. Draft says, wanting to pop in and say hi and good luck before I head off to bed. Good night. I'm going to play your setup, I think, third today. So depending on how long this goes, you might wake up and see it. But hopefully you sleep a little longer than that. But I'll have it uploaded for you. I got three awesome setups today. Going to be playing some solo play. This is using the solo rules from What If. I do enjoy playing solo, especially since What If is released. And we'll see how fast these games go. So real quick, before I get into that, I want to mention the tournament real quick. We have the Legendary Spring Tournament coming up in the middle of April. I wanted to show you that, why is it cropped so weird? I'm just going to drag this down. Bam. All right, we have 93 entrants so far. So 93 individuals and teams have signed up for the tournament. We're trying to get to 100 before I start posting outside of the Discord and this channel. Will be really exciting if we can do that and see how many we can get. Our record is 125, 23, 25 participants at the beginning. So if you have been thinking about it, or even if you haven't, the tournament's super fun. You don't need any setups or any expansions besides any two. In addition to core, you need core and two other sets to join. I will build all the setups for you. It'll be put in a pot with other players. You'll be playing 7 weeks. It'll be kind of a Swiss format. You get to choose 2 heroes to go into the hero deck yourself. It's very strategic, very fun, and very lively for the community. So I hope you sign up. Were you the 5th? No, that was alphabetical order. This is an alphabetical order here. So you weren't the 5th, but I don't know what order you were in. But yeah, just switch to alphabetical. But yeah, I hope you sign up. If you're listening to this or reading this, not sure. If you're not sure, you should do it. It's fun for everybody. And you get to use the sets you own. So I hope to see you there. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at my setups today. Let's look at the first one. The first one's going to be by Montax. And I think it's pretty interesting. Here we go. Our first setup today is Montax's. We've got Shadow King as the Mastermind. Actually, I should start the predictions real quick. I'm going to do a short prediction just because I already have the decks together. I'm just going to put it up for 2 minutes. 2-minute prediction. How do you think this game is going to go? Let me know what you think. All right, so I got Shadow King claims souls for demons. The villains are enemies of Wakanda. The henchmen are Circus of Crime. And then we've got Forge, King Black Panther, and Queen Storm of Wakanda. Interesting triangle there in the hero deck, but it's going to be fun with their mechanics as well. King Black Panther's got some tech to work with Forge. He's also got the classes to work with Queen Storm and the Throne's Favor because King Black Panther has all the classes. It's fun to use Forge as a mono class, and King Black Panther is all the classes. But I'm playing solo, so I can pick and choose the cards that I want. I guess you can do that in 2 players, but you know what I mean. I can really fine-tune down to what I'm using. And Shadow King's not the toughest, but he's pretty fun. You're going to bed too? Why is everybody going to bed? I know you're not where Mr. Giraffe is, Kyla. I hope I enjoy your setup too. I think yours is the toughest today, but I'm not super surprised. Well, we'll see if Forge shows up. I would like to diversify my hero deck a little bit, so we'll see if I can do that. Okay, so that is uploaded. If you want to put an exclamation setup, you can see that setup and all the setups I'm playing today on my challenge matches page on Legendary Leagues. Let me go ahead and do my overview, and then I'll get started. So our mastermind today is going to be Shadow King. Shadow King's fun. He is from the... Ooh, what did I do? Oh, I know what I did. On my solo turn toggles, I have to press this to make things happen. All right, we're on turn 0, which is, I guess, technically correct. All right, so Shadow King, his master strike is KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. Then each player chooses a non-gray hero from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. If Montax comes by, maybe he can let us know. But it reminds me of some stuff from the X-Men show, because Shadow King was involved there. I think he was involved with stuff with Storm and Cairo too, so there is some lore there, I think, from the actual comics and show behind it. Anyway, so he's going to steal my heroes. Without his Shadow X, though, we'll see how that goes for him. And then the scheme here is claim souls for demons from the Doctor Strange and the Shadows of Nightmare expansion. So, twist 1 to 3, each player makes a demonic bargain to rescue a bystander. If that bargain wounds that player, stack that bystander next to the scheme as a tormented soul instead. Twist 4 to 8, each player makes a demonic bargain to gain a shield officer. If that bargain wounds that player, stack that officer next to the scheme as a tormented soul instead. Evil wins when the number of tormented souls is 4 times the number of players. This is a fun one for Shadow King. So it looks like submissions are closed for predictions. Looks like 3 people say win, 2 people say lose. And if you missed it, don't worry. I'm going to have predictions before the other 2 games as well. So we'll see. Forge and Storm had a thing in the X-Men 97. Well, I mean, they had history before that. But yes, I do like their story. Okay. That's it for that. What else do I have to talk about? If you do sign up for the tournament while I'm streaming, please let me know. And I will shout you out on stream for signing up, because I don't have an alert up. Yes, Kyla and Ollie are playing in the tournament this time, so if you ever wanted to try and beat them in a tournament, now's your chance. Okay, so I gotta start by putting the 2 Circus of Crime in the city and filling up my HQ, doing all my shuffles and everything. If you're not familiar with What If Solo, the changes from Advanced Solo are you no longer play an additional card after Master Strikes, excuse me, and you put 2 henchmen in the city at the start of the game. They enter and ambush if they're going to ambush, and then you put 2 others in the villain deck. And then the other change is that scheme twists, you resolve the entire effect even if you play multiple scheme twists. At the end of that, then you tuck a hero from the HQ to the bottom of the hero deck. I am using my reminder twists in this deck, but I've already built the other 2 decks, so I'm using all the twists, so I got all the strikes I got for that. All in all, in solo, the demonic bargains hit you harder, a little faster, because of the fact that you have a lower concentration of 0-cost cards. Speaking of 0-cost cards, let me get my starters here. Speaking of being a member, you can get one of your personal cards in my starter deck. I have a bunch of them in here at the hero level or above. Let's see who I'm starting with. There's Kyle himself, and he's the only one who showed up there. All right, my starting HQ is going to be Heart-Shaped Herb King Black Panther, Reboot Forge, Hurricane Winds Queen Storm, Forked Lightning Queen Storm, and Dirty Work Forge. So they are all here, and I'll have to see what I feel like going with. I get my dice over here off to the side, and hopefully I remember where the first player, the solo player turn toggle is. All right. Okay, let's look at the Circus of Crime real quick. Circus of Crime say the following. Fight, reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 0, KO it, otherwise draw it. All right, so in just a moment, let's start with turn 1. Now first, is there anything that popped up I gotta check out? Yes, I got a really generous Prime sub from Snash, 34 months. Thank you so much, Snash, for that. And welcome to the stream. All right, let's begin here. Turn number 1 is going to be from the villain deck, like all the other pulls. By the way, if you didn't see, I just did a little contest where I went through all of my streams and discovered the first card I played from the villain deck every turn. And it looks like I only play about 6% more scheme twists in the first turn than average. It's 26, should be 20, but let me go ahead and see what this happens to be. Oh, there's the average went up a little bit. What I did notice is that I have a lot of runs of scheme twists over and over. It's consecutive streams, but then I stop pulling them for a while. So I see why it seems like I pull a lot. Anyway, we do this thing. In this scheme, it's a good time to pull a scheme twist early. Each player makes a demonic bargain to rescue a bystander. So to make a demonic bargain, I reveal the top card of my deck and discard it. And if it has a cost of 0, then I don't get a wound, but I still rescue a bystander. So let me go ahead and rescue a bystander. And it is the paramedic who will allow me to KO a wound from my hand or from any player's discard pile, which is funny because of what I just rescued. And actually, I have the tactics I didn't put over here. I did the math. I even told you every stream and every allocation. So do with that information what you will. Back to the scheme. That was a first turn scheme twist. Yes, so that is going to be added. I'll keep that chart updated if you guys are interested for every stream I do. But we'll see how it goes forward. Yeah, so no wounding, no tormented souls. I'm good there. I lose at 4, as you can see down there. Let's go to my first turn. So I noticed I had a lot of recruit. I had a 4 and 2. Yeah, okay. So let's see what I can take. I have 3 options. I've got Forge's reboot. Oh yes, thank you. So I didn't use the reminder scheme twist in here. The one thing I always forget to do is to tuck a hero from the HQ because I never do that in my two-handed solo games. I've been doing that for 4 years. Yes, thank you for the reminder. The custom tokens really help me, but I can only use them in one deck. So I guess I'm in the right place. I should be looking at who I'm going to tuck before I look at who I'm going to recruit. So I've got Dirty Work, which is any villain you fight in the sewers this turn gets -2 attack. Probably the Forge card I don't mind tucking the most, even though it does give me attack. I've also got Hurricane Winds. You may move a villain to an adjacent city space when the villain is already there, swap them, and then Covert, you get empowered by Covert. I mean, I have to decide. I have 3 Covert cards out here. Am I going to try to go for a Forge build, or am I going to try to get some Covert in range? Because I kind of have to choose. I see 3 Coverts. Range is going to be harder to come by with King Black Panther and Forge there too. I'm going to... Okay, so I'm going to actually tuck Hurricane Winds, but I'm not going to say I'm not going to take other Covert cards. I'm going to tuck that to the bottom and see what I get. Alright, there's more Forge. So now I can go ahead and pick up Reboot, which won't do anything unless I get more tech, but I'm going to get a 4 and 2 on my next turn, and I'll get 2 Reboots, so I can start recruiting quickly. I don't really care how fast this game goes, I'm just trying to win it. So hopefully I get another Reboot so I can get 2. We'll see what comes up, though. Nope, I got Torrential Downpour. So basically it's going to be a Shield Officer if I don't start building for tech. And that's going to be it for that. I only have 5 cards left thanks to that Demonic Bargain, so it's going to be a reshuffle. If I do get Forge in hand, I will get 6 recruits. And then I can pick up Forked Lightning maybe, because it does let me wound villains, which I'm happy about. I didn't get it though, so it's a 5 and 1 all of a sudden. Okay, next pull from the villain deck is going to be Reverend Achebe, who's empowered by Covert. If he escapes, he becomes a Scheme Twist. I hope that doesn't happen. So there's my 5 recruit. Let me actually let you guys see what I'm doing here. Heart-Shaped Ribbers is one of my favorite cards in the game. It's 3 attack for 5, and then it has a Covert Ambush effect. That's only if I have a Covert when this enters the HQ. And then if I play the Covert, it has Gain the Throne's Favor. If you already had it, you may spend it to look at the top card of your deck, draw it, or KO it. It's very tempting. I could try to go all Forge, but I don't know how much Forge is going to appear. Plus, this is a very good card in raw attack. Yeah, I'm going to go for King Black Panther. I love this card too much. I am going to have to figure out some cohesion in some direction before I start taking everything. Okay, there's Overdrive. As far as Forge cards go, this one works best with other strategies, because it is versatile. So, that's fine. I am going to have to lean one way or the other, though. Turn 3 is a Bystander, one of the only Bystander in the deck, and goes to poor Reverend Achebe. Or the poor Bystander goes to him. I have no sympathy for him. But I can hit a Circus of Crime this turn with my 3 and 3, which is good. See how quickly this game goes. So let's start by hitting stuff. Let's go for the Circus of Crime on the rooftops. Spend the 3 attack, and I'll reveal the top card of my deck. It is Forge, which does not cost 0, so I get to draw it, which is very cool. Buy a Circus of Crime. And now I'm going to go ahead and play Forge, which is just going to give me 2 recruit. But yeah, I am going to go ahead and go with Overdrive. It gives me tech, it gives me that versatile, and I keep seeing Forge, so I might have to end up building for him. Yep, we're getting a lot of Forge. So the HQ seems to be dictating a Forge deck, after all. Especially because on each twist I do get to tuck heroes, so. We got mostly Forge with a reluctant King Black Panther, I suppose. I do love Queen Storm's hero set, though. She is one of the heroes I have in the solo draft challenge. She works great with the other heroes I'm using. Spider-Woman and Wong. She works surprisingly well with Wong. I did not expect that pairing, but the even cards for Sunlight, the ranged abilities, the city moving, they work so well together. Okay, moving on to turn 4. It's going to be another Circus of Crime. Okay, so we've got we got the overdrive right there. Cool. Because that early shuffle, I usually would shuffle by turn 4, because I shuffled on turn 2, I'm shuffling before turn 4. Very confusing. But let me go ahead and do this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit, and I've got 1 attack, and I got overdrive. So I could get, versatile means you can get either 3 recruit or 3 attack when it says versatile 3. If I get 7 recruit, I can recruit something for 7. There isn't anything for 7. I can pick up forked lightning, which gives me 3 attack, but I could also get 4 total attack and hit another Circus of Crime, which will maybe give me some more deck thinning. Let me just peek at forked lightning real quick. It's 3 attack and wounding villages in the rooftops and bridge. Even though it's not tech, it's still very useful. Even if I don't get to wound the Mastermind twice. Whoa, Broken Pants, thank you for the sub. Thank you for becoming a member at coffee.bigaltalkgames.com. I really appreciate that. I can't see what level you're at, but I appreciate it. Please check out what perks you've got and let me know, and link your Discord account, and then you'll be able to join the Discord group and the secret chat in the Discord and see what you are eligible for. So thank you so much. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take Forked Lightning, so I'm going to play Overdrive for 3 recruit, and hopefully the city doesn't give too much pressure on me. I like mixing up the heroes a little bit. Hey, we got some Vibranium Claws. This one has Ambush. Instinct, you get +2 attack, but unfortunately I don't have any Instinct out here, so I don't get the 2 attack. That would have let me hit a Circus of Crime. That was very cool and unexpected. Thank you for that membership. So I have a toggle button I keep forgetting to press for my turn count. Here we go, turn number 5. There's going to be our first Master Strike. So KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King. Then each player chooses a non-gray hero from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. All right. So he's got the option of Forge's Overdrive or Forked Lightning Queen Storm. That's a tough choice. I have to choose whether to give him Storm or to give him Forge. So both of them can give 3 attack. Who said that? Who let that cat in here to dominate my heroes? But Overdrive is too useful right now because it's 3 attack or 3 recruit, even though I'll lose the ability to wound villains in the rooftops and bridge. So I think I'm going to have to give him Storm, which is thematic for what he does, but I'm going to have to rescue her soon. And let me go ahead and update his attack because he gets 1 attack for each hero he's dominating. So he's at 8. He might take heroes out to... the more heroes he takes from me, the more I succeed on the demonic bargains without gaining wounds, which is cool. All right, that's all that's going to happen. Let me go ahead and jump to my cards here. I have hero class triggers that aren't going to do anything. So I've got 3 attack from Black Panther. I've got 2 recruit from Forge. And my graves give me 2 more recruit to 4 and 2 more attack to 5. Almost can hit the Reverend, but I can't. Vibranium Claws is good, although it does need an Instinct trigger. It's Instinct, gain the throne's favor. If you already had it, you may spend it to get +2 attack. I've also got another Reboot here. And Reboot refreshes your hand a little bit and gives you more recruit. So I think I am going to go ahead and go with Reboot for my 4 pickup. And there's Overdrive again. All right, let's hit a Circus of Crime. Interesting to pair up Circus of Crime with the Demonic Bargains, because this can actually hurt my Demonic Bargains if I was going to fight something with it, but only the scheme has it right now. Let's go ahead and fight this Circus of Crime, and it looks like I've revealed a starter. So it costs 0, so I KO it, and I get rid of the Circus of Crime too. Okay, so far so good. I only need 8 attack to hit the Mastermind. I'm getting there. 2 overdrives can do that. Thank you for the question. I am playing viewer challenges submitted by members, like this Big Ol' Top Mastermind right here. If you're a member at the Mastermind level, once a month I will play viewer challenges that you submit, and I'll play them solo. I think I really, really like What If Solo. It's great for streams too, because it goes more quickly, and I can get to my synergies, my hero deck builds up faster. So I really, really like it. I think every stream I'm going to do going forward that's a new stream is probably going to be solo. I'm still doing 2-handed solo for the Randomizer League because that's just the format and that's what people like to play, and pairs can play. Also, if I do tournament streams, it's going to be 2-handed solo because that's the way the tournament format is. But if I go back to doing... we're actually very close to 30 members to MCU streams again. MCU streams, arcade and adventure, those will all be solo because they're fast, they're quick, and I do like playing them. So not just a one-time thing. Right now it is once a month, but multiple games. All right, turn number 6. Let's see what we got. We got Jakara, who is empowered by strength and fight KO one of your heroes. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that Shadow King released so far ahead of the Astral Plane mechanic, because he could really use that. It would be super thematic. Doesn't mean I'm not glad we have it though. So Jakara gets +1 attack for each strength card in the hero deck in the HQ, and I don't think, are there any strength cards at all? Storm has none. No, King Black Panther has. So he has all the classes. So only King Black Panther will empower Jakara, like the heart-shaped orb I have right in front of me that I didn't look at. All right, so simple hand: 3, 4, 5, 6. A certain Reverend is kind of worried right now, and we got Kylan Montax here as my 2 lonely recruit. Right above Forge there is Reverend Achebe, who is empowered by Covert. Yeah, no Covert here, so luckily I can just take him out for 6, and I can rescue this bystander. And we've got 2 recruit. All I can do is get a sidekick, so that's exactly what I'm going to do, and it's Skids. That's great. Skids can help me avoid wounds from demonic bargains. Nice pickup. Speaking of nice pickups, look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruit, 8 recruit if I want it. No rares yet. Usually in solo games, I see rares a bit earlier than this. I keep forgetting that I'm playing solo, so I don't have to take the cards back. Oh, you are! Thank you again for the membership. Glad to have you on board. All right, and in honor of you, here's a twist. All right, here we go. So again, each player makes a demonic bargain to rescue a bystander. The top part of my deck is Giraffe Patrol, who are very, very good at demonic bargains. Naturally, giraffes are good at that, so I don't get a wound. So no Tormented Soul for me. I do get to rescue a bystander, though. And that bystander is, hey, it's Tech Fiend's football fan bystander, so there you go. Moving on to my turn, I do get to trigger Reboot, but that does mean I have to play Overdrive first. If I play for attack, I can get 4 attack, and I can hit Jakara while he's down. Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to remember that every time. It's so ingrained in me not to do that. Well, the cool thing about this in solo is that I might get an ambush effect from one of the Black Panther heroes. Unfortunately, as much as I like Storm, I'm not really building for this anymore, so I'm going to have to tuck Storm and see what comes up. Another reboot. Always reboots with the Marvel stuff, right? Alright, so we're going to play Overdrive for... I think I just want to pick up a bunch of cards, because that sounds really fun to me. So we're just going to go all in and get 3 recruit. And we're going to really saturate this deck. So we're going to play Reboot. I get to activate the power. I will discard the Trooper here to draw 2 more cards. Alright, this is a lot of recruit. And I've got, before I play the other Reboot, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 agents. I'm at 9 recruit. 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's a lot. So I'm going to pick up first Overdrive for 5. So we're down to 4. And there's Queen Storm. With a ranged ambush, I won't activate. Now we'll play Reboot. I don't have any cards to discard, nor do I want to. So I'll play it for 2 more recruit. And we're going to take... if I can get a Forge deck that avoids all dirty work cards, that'll be very interesting. Let's do even more Reboot. Let's do as many exchanges as we can. Yeah, 2-for-1s. All right. Oh, there's Unseen Protector, a Heroes of Wakanda ambush, rescue a bystander. Unfortunately, I chose Forge, so I don't have any of those. And it's going to end with a sidekick, and it's a standard sidekick. All right, and a full reshuffle now. Here's my deck, by the way, now that it's all in my discard pile. I've really saturated it with Forge. I'm recruiting him so fast, I feel like I'm playing an Ant-Man deck. Again, one of the things I love about solo is how fast you get to your good cards all together in your deck. It literally takes twice as long in a 2-player game, 2-handed solo game. Also, you have twice the shuffling if it's 2-handed solo. I like how you shuffle less in solo. Alright, this is not the hand I expected, but that means the good cards are coming later. We're on turn 8, and we've got another Master Strike. Unfortunately, that's not great news for Queen Storm. KO all heroes dominated by Shadow King, but there is some good news here. So KO. Then each player chooses a non-gray hero from the discard pile. Shadow King dominates those heroes. I just shuffled, so I have just a deck and cards in my hand and no discard pile. So all he did was made himself weaker by doing that. How sad for him. Forge is very fun. All right, let's play the sidekick, see what we get. Maybe we can get into a Forge draw chain. We are going to get into a Forge draw chain. Sweet. So I got to play Overdrive first. Let's go. I have so much Recruit still. You know what? I'm having fun. I'm going to do Recruit again, and we'll just keep picking up Forge cards. Although I don't have a lot of draw here. Maybe I want to just start hitting stuff. I'm not in a rush. I have no Tormented Souls. Yeah, I do want to dig for the rare. That is kind of important. Because I can afford it soon. Yeah, there's no rush on me right now, so I'll go ahead and get some Recruit. Here we go. Reboot. 2 more Recruit. I will discard one of my agents to draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. Alright, let's do another Reboot. 6, 7. I'll discard this Trooper to draw 2 more. Heart-shaped Herb and another Reboot. This is how Reboot chains and gives you a ton of Recruit. Up to 9. I will discard. I can gain the Throne's favor if I play Skids, but I kind of want to keep Skids for the demonic bargains. I'll discard an agent. I got more Recruit coming. 1 and 2. Yes. All right. Let's play Overdrive. Well, first let's Recruit. I have enough cards. I have enough Recruit right now. And I might trigger some ambushes. I got a lot of classes, and I got King Black Panther too. So what do I want to take? I could take Unseen Protector. Gives me more Recruit. Don't really need that. Dirty Work is 2 attack, plus it weakens villains in the sewers, which could be useful. If Skids avoids the wounds with a twist, does it avoid the Tormented Soul? That question has come up before. Let me see if I remember what we talked about. If that bargain wounds that player, stack that by a standard... I have to look at the chat, but my gut says no, it doesn't avoid it because you gained the wound. You just canceled it. If that makes sense. But if that happens, I'll go back. It's in our rules questions chat. This definitely came up. So if somebody wants to look there, that'll be awesome. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We're figuring out what I'm picking up. Vibranium Claws could give me some instinct with the tech, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to pick that up, actually. And, alright, there's a rare. Oh, and this is the first time on stream I get to use one of my signed rares. This is signed by Paris Elaine, the artist for this card and other cards in Black Panther. It's pretty cool. It was Ant Dude who helped me out with this. Bargain wounded the player, doesn't matter if the wound is prevented. Yes, that's what I thought the conclusion was. And I got the Ambush. Heroes of Wakanda Ambush. You get +1 attack for each hero class you have. So I got Tech, I got Covert, I got Strength, I got 3 classes. So I get 3 attack from that Ambush, which is fun. That doesn't always work. And I can pick this up for 8, which is Heroes of Wakanda. Gain the Throne's favor. If you already had it, you may spend it to get +1 recruit and +1 attack for each hero class you have. Plus, it's 5 attack on its own. So I'm definitely getting that. I guess Forge and T'Challa are working together. So let's get 3 more recruit from this Overdrive Versatile 8. And we'll go ahead and pick up Unite the Tribes of Wakanda. Alright. And Hurricane Winds shows up. I do like this one, where I can move things around. Do I want to take this one, or do I want to take something else? I'm going pretty quick, but I think my game's going well. Let's look something up here real quick. Okay. Back to what I was doing. But yes, let me go ahead and give another shout out to Ant Dude for helping me get those cards signed, which was really, really cool of him to help me out with that. I got this one, and then Spidey 2099 and Black Widow from the Black Widow expansion, which you'll see if those cards come up. Okay. I have no clue about reprints right now. I can just tell you what Upper Deck has said, which is that they're very aware of the demand for reprints, and that's all we know. And they've not said no. I'll play my Grays. I got no more reboots coming. So 2 recruit, We've got, do I care to use the heart-shaped herb effect? I kind of want to keep Skids. Because even if I have to get the Tormented Soul, I would like to avoid the wound, so I don't want to play her. So I'll just play heart-shaped herb as is, and I'll get 7 attack, which will let me hit the Mastermind. So let me go ahead and do that now. So the tactic I pulled is Telepathic Betrayal. If the Betrayal of the Shadow Trap is in any victory pile of the KO pile, put it on top of the villain deck. This one doesn't work because I'm not using his villain group, but too bad for him. Alright, and with 2 recruit left, I could take Unseen Protector, but I don't really need it, so I'm just going to get a Sidekick instead, even though I would like to refresh the HQ. But I do have the Twist to help me do that if I remember. Okay, we're on to turn 9 in a moment, but first I gotta reshuffle. The cool thing about the Henchmen in the city at the beginning of the game is that you get access to KOs usually early on, which does go a long way. However, only 4 Henchmen is a big difference felt from 2-handed solo or 2-player, because that's a lot heavily reduced access to the helpful effects from the Henchmen. Alright, another Master Strike. So who you taking now? Once again, I just shuffled, so nobody to KO and nothing for him to gain. Fastest Master Strike in the world because it did nothing. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we're at a 4 and 2 on turn 9. How fun. But he also missed too, so it works out. And not a no is the best we're going to get right now. Speaking of, I don't know what I should take. I don't really want any of these cards. I want to keep things moving. Big attack is what I'm going for because I want to hit the Mastermind. I guess I'm not against taking a Dirty Work. It is 2 for 3, and I do want to move things along. So yeah, I'm going to keep going with Forge. Just to move the HQ along. And we've got Hurricane Winds there. And that's it for this turn. I have enough to win in my deck right now, so I could just focus on thinning the deck. Yeah, look at that. I got 2 overdrives. That's so much right there. I do have some, but I don't have many, although I do have 1 in hand right now. Turn 10 is another Master Strike. Now this time he's going to succeed, because I do have a discard pile. And the only non-gray is that Dirty Work I just got. So he's going to go ahead and dominate Forge and take his Dirty Work and do his own Dirty Work. If I hadn't recruited him or anything, he wouldn't have taken anybody, but that's okay. Now I'm going to start playing cards. Let's go ahead and try to hit him. Starting with Overdrive, let's go ahead and play Versatile for 3 attack. We'll do Reboot next. We will discard a Shield Agent to draw 2 and see how long this chain goes. It doesn't look like very long. And we'll play Heart-Shaped Herb for 3 more attack. 6. I'm going to have to do Overdrive for 3 more attack so I can hit him. And yeah, let's get Forge back. Here we go. So I'll choose a player to gain the hero, and that's going to be the only player that's playing right now. The tactic is Feet of the Astral Plane. Fight each other player reveals their hand and shuffles 2 cards with recruit icons from their hand back into the deck. I wonder if this inspired the way Astral Plane works when you fight with recruit. Okay, I did leave some cards in my hand, and each other player affects me if I'm playing solo. So these Skids and Kyla get shuffled back into my deck. There you go. So all I got left is a Trooper. But I do take a Tactic. And I've got that 1 Trooper I'll play for a 2nd attack, but that's not going to go anywhere. Do I take Unseen Protector, or do I take a Sidekick? I take a Sidekick. I like this card, but it doesn't work with what I'm doing. Hey, I got Dinosaurs! More Dinosaurs. They got shuffled into the top of the deck, I guess. Okay, turn 11 gives us a 2nd Jakara, still not empowered by any strength in the HQ right now. Let's draw some cards. Sidekick going away. Draw 2. 1 and 2. Alright, I got the rare King Black Panther. Who cares about hero classes I have? This should be good with Forge. Yeah, Unite the Tribes and Forge work very well together. He expands my hand, gets more cards in there, and that means more hero classes for the rare King Black Panther. So unexpected synergy. I do have to play tech first to make this work. So I think what I'm going to do is start with Vibranium Claws. Instead of worrying about gaining the throne's favor, I'm going to just get 2 attack, and I played a tech. So now when I play Reboot, I can start discarding, get rid of the agent, and I'll draw 2, 1, and it's going to be a shuffle. For the second, big messy pile of cards, but that's okay. We know what's happening. And 2. We'll do a second reboot, a reboot of a reboot. What do you call that? Sorry, Kyla, you're getting discarded. Replaced with a Sauropod, Sidekick, and Overdrive. Let's play the Sauropod Sidekick, just a standard Sidekick with some dinosaurs on it. This is a Doormat Sidekick. I got 2 Shield Agents with that. And how many hero classes do I have? I got Tech, Strength, Instinct, Covert, everything but ranged. But I have to play... I already did play a Heroes of Wakanda. Let me play my Grays, actually. I got 1, 2 recruit, 1 attack. Let me move everybody down. And we'll play Unite the Tribes of Wakanda. So 5 attack. I'm at 8. I can't do this. I have to gain the throne's favor first. So it's okay. I can do this later. I gain the throne. We'll put it over there. Thank you. I'll just get the 3 attack. Let's pretend I played it the whole time. Overdrive, that is. And now I'll play Heart-Shaped Herb. Up to 14 attack. None of these were covert. I guess I could do this in a different order. I could play Skids. I could play Heart-Shaped Herb to get the throne's favor. And then I could play Unite the Tribes to get extra attack. At this point, is that worth it? I think it kind of is. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. That sounds fun. I'll play Overdrive. Let me take back the 5 attack from Unite the Tribes. I'm at 9. Skids is great for this scheme, but I think I want to go all in on this. So changing the order. I'm going to play Skids for 3 recruit up to 9. I don't have the throne. She goes away. Now I'll play Heart-Shaped Herb up to 12. And I'll gain the throne's favor because of the superpower. And now I'll play Unite the Tribes of Wakanda. I'll get that 5 attack up to 17. And I will spend it, the throne's favor that is, to get +1 recruit and +1 attack for each hero class I have. And again, I have 4 hero classes. So actually I do have ranged here. So I got Strength, Covert, Range, Instinct, Tech. I have all 5. I forgot about the rare itself. That's pretty fun. So I get 5 recruit and 5 attack. I'm at 14. I'm at 22 attack. That's the end of the game right there, isn't it? Well, let's see what I want to do. Let me actually start recruiting as many things as I can to try to get some ambush abilities in, since this is otherwise going to be my last turn. So let's just take as many, the cheapest cards I can, and cycle the HQ as much as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and take Unseen Protector for 2. This will be fun. Ooh, and I got Ranged. Ambush, you get Empowered by Ranged. So thanks to having King Black Panther, I get 1, 2 attack for the Empowered by Ranged. This plan's going great. What's the next cheapest thing I can take? Either Storm or Forge. I'll take Forge for 3, down to 9. Let's see if I get another Ambush. I do. Ambush. You get +2 attack. Instinct Ambush. I'm at 6 attack. This is fun. Now we're going to take Hurricane Winds for 3, down to 6 on my recruit. More ambushes, please. I do. Ambush. You get +2 attack. This is fun. Now I'm going to go ahead and take Hurricane Winds right here in the middle. And, thanks for the sub, Montax. Prime sub, 41 months. Fitting time to announce 41 months. Thanks for playing this setup. You're welcome. You see what's happening here? I got all the classes, and I got so much recruit that I'm now ambushing everything. So, great setup so far. No ambush from Forge, but we'll try again. We'll take Dirty Work for 3. And we'll see what comes in. Yes! Another ranged ambush. You get Empowered by Range. So that's 1, 2, 3 more attack. I'm at 11. And I used all my recruit. Now I have 31 attack. So I need 21 to hit the Mastermind. Let's hit both tactics and see how much we have left after his tactics. So here we go. Let's hit for 7. Next tactic is Psychic Seduction. Shadow King dominates each hero that costs 5 or less from the HQ. Oh, he just got really strong, so I'm glad I hit him first. So he took everybody. total HQ refresh. Look at that. Which means more chances for ambushes. So let me take out this tactic. This should be very interesting. What if they're all forge? I've taken a lot of forge already. All right, so first, he gets 5 attack. He's at 12. Which means I might not be able to... Well, we'll see what happens. I got a lot of attack. All right. Forge, no ambush. Storm, no ambush on her. Storm, no ambush on her. Forge, no ambush. And finally, covert ambush. Look at the top card of your deck, draw it or KO it. Because I do have covert. And it's a trooper, so I'll draw it for a 5th attack. I guess I got all those ambushes out of the way. So let's go ahead and hit Shadow King once again for 12. Down to 13. He did. So I pick 1 to gain, and I KO all the rest. Doesn't really matter at this point. And we'll KO the rest. And the final tactic is Poison Their Minds. Each other player, that's me, reveals their hand and chooses one of their non-gray heroes, and he dominates those. I have no more cards in my hand. So that's done. So I have 6 attack to spare. So, by the way, Jakara is empowered now thanks to Heart-Shaped Herb. So this 5 and a 5. On this one, each other player reveals their hand and chooses one of their non-gray heroes. Oh yeah, this question came up first. It came up before, I remember this. I've always read this as each player reveals their hand and chooses one of their non-gray heroes from their hand. I think that's the intention, but as worded, it does mean... Basically, if you get rid of the first line, it says... Each player chooses one of their non-gray heroes, Shadow King dominates. So, I guess technically, that just is there to show what you have. To show that you have non-gray heroes in your hand that you're not avoiding. So I do have to give him something. So here, take the rare King Black Panther. You've earned it. So he takes the rare, and he's now at 8 attack. Okay, so I have 5 attack to spare, which means I can hit a Jakara. Oh, a Jakara for 5 because he's empowered by 1 Heart-Shaped Herb. So I'll take out Jakara for 5. And I'll KO one of my heroes, which will be Fortress Overdrive. And we're going to go ahead and hit the Mastermind for the final time. Yeah, exactly. And I will get King Black Panther back, but I will also get rid of the Shadow King. And that is it for game 1. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for that setup, Montax. I really liked all that ambushing I got to do at the end of the game. That was super cool. Yeah, the scheme kind of didn't really hit me that hard. The twist didn't show up as much. But that's okay. I got to have more fun building my deck, and I'm not going to complain about that. All right, let me give you my VP count, and then we'll move on to game 2 in just a moment. Let me resolve predictions as well. It was a win, so there you go. So my ending VP was 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 33, 38, 40, and then I got 41, 42, 43 from bystander. So 43 VP is what I got there. Pretty fun. Give this one a try. Ambushing is real fun when you can actually make it happen all at once like that. Especially that one tactic that cleared the HQ. I could have seen that being a huge a huge ambush if that occurred that way. All right. Thanks for watching this one, and we're going to move on to the next game in just a moment if you're watching this after the fact. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and check the playlist for the rest of them.